Hello there, my name is Mrs. Ehlke and welcome to Ehlke Art. Today I am joined by an Ehlke friend named
Katelyn.
Katelyn Kalis. How old are you, Katelyn?
10.
10 years old. Katelyn wanted to do some art with me today. She just happened to be at my house. So we are making some art. And today we are doing a painting of a giant
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. Show them your cheeseburger. Here you can see our cheeseburger was so big, it doesn't even fit on the paper. It goes right off the side. Our cheeseburgers are in ink and watercolor, and if you would like to do a giant cheeseburger, please follow along and do your own. Now, you can even be creative with the toppings. We went for some pretty normal toppings, but if you want to get a little crazy, I won't hold you back, guys. Get crazy with your toppings too, okay? Follow along with our video and see if you can make some beautiful cheeseburger art, all right? If you like these videos, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe down below, and you will be notified when we have more fun art videos coming on our channel, Ehlke Art. Thanks so much for watching. For this tutorial, we are using watercolor paper and a pencil to start off with, and I want to start off by making the bun. So I'm going to make my line pretty close to the top of my paper. I'm going past the halfway mark, and then I'm going to start curving it down a little bit. Notice I only have about 3 fingers of space from the end. Then I'm bringing it back across to the other side. I really want my paper to be full of burgers, so try to see if you can make yours go all the way out. You could even go farther if you wanted than I'm going. I'll make a line kind of to show about where the bottom of my burger is going to come out, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom of my bun. So I'll just make a light line that goes all the way across to the side of my paper and then back over here as well. So now my burger has a top and a bottom. Now in the middle, you can really put whatever you would like. What kind of sandwich are you gonna make? I think I'm gonna make a traditional cheeseburger. So I'm gonna make the burger part, the meat down here at the bottom. And I just kind of made a bumpy line. I'm gonna bring that all the way over to the side of my paper. And then again, with the top of it as well, I can bring that over, or maybe I'm going to have some food that overlaps it too. So you have to kind of think about maybe what's coming next. I think my next thing is going to be some cheese. So you can see my cheese overlaps my burger. So I'm going to go ahead and make what the cheese slice might look like. You could even have yours more melted if you want. It's really up to you. Next up, I want to make a tomato. So I'm just going to make a line that goes down and kind of a curved bottom of the line to make it look kind of tomato-y. For my lettuce, I still have a lot of space, so my lettuce is going to be really thick. So I'm going to make kind of a crooked line that goes way out. You can really use lettuce as a good filler for your picture. It's just going to go up and down and all over the place to try to fill in that area. Now, like I said before, you don't have to fill this area with just lettuce. Maybe you want to get real fancy with your cheeseburger and add meatballs or mac and cheese. Or, I've seen and heard of some crazy things. In Wisconsin here, a lot of burgers have cheese curds on them. There's all kinds of fun things. So if you want to get creative and add your own exciting ingredients to your burgers, you totally can. I only have a little bit of space here at the top, so I think I will save that for some pickles. I'm going to put those way up here just by making kind of a straight line down and then kind of a curved line underneath behind some of that lettuce. Other things you could add are onions. Maybe you could add some macaroni and cheese. Maybe you could throw basically any other ingredients that you've ever seen or heard of on a burger. I'm just kind of filling in between some of the layers in case I forgot something, but I'm thinking that my burger looks pretty full. Katelyn's adding bacon to her burger. Hello, bacon is delicious as well. I think some onions as well. So the next step, once you've done your entire burger, is to trace with Sharpie. So I have my Sharpie out. I'm going to go ahead and add some seeds for my bun first. I didn't feel like drawing those with pencil because they're just as easy to make with Sharpie. You could also, just decide to paint those and not even trace them with Sharpie too. It's really up to you. But I have my seeds all over my bun, and then now I'm just going to go ahead and go over all of my pencil lines with Sharpie. A lot of times I like to do this because then it really helps the different sections stand out. You could also do this with a crayon, like a black crayon or something would work really well too, just to define all of the different parts of your burger. So Katelyn and I are going to go ahead and trace our burgers all over to try to make sure that we fill them up with the nice strong Sharpie lines and make sure that we will be all set to get ready to paint. All right, we've traced our burgers. Now we're using watercolors. These are tubed watercolors that I have put in this tray here. And we're gonna start by doing the background. So we're just using a round brush. We'll dip it into some paint or some water and some paint, and then you can choose whatever color you'd like for your background. We both thought blue might be nice, so we're gonna go ahead and use some blue. Notice we also added a line to show like a table or something that our burger's sitting on, table, plate, something like that. So we're just using our water and our paint and just filling in the background first with whatever color we would like. After our background is done, I wanted to show you kind of what we could do to make a bun color. So I'm actually mixing some brown with a little bit of orange, and then I'm adding lots of water to make sure that it's kind of light. And I'm not going to do any part that's next to something wet. So we're going to go way down here at the bottom and work on the bottom bun of our burger. When working with watercolor, you want to make sure to avoid painting next to something that's still wet because then your colors will bleed together. So instead of doing something that's very wet right next to something else, we are going to try to avoid that. Now another color combo that you can use is for the meat, and that would be basically brown and black mixed, and I'm just going to dot my brush to kind of try to create that meat texture of that ground beef that was used to make the burger patty. And notice I'm not touching my bun when I'm doing this because I don't want that brownish black to mix in with the light tan of the bun. So I am going to be pretty careful as I paint there. All right, you can see that we have added some other things. We're trying to let things dry. So, kind of jumping around a little bit on our painting. We did our pickles because those weren't touching anything. Did the tomato, that wasn't touching anything. We let those dry. We're kind of making sure that we're careful with how we're painting. We're adding some lettuce with some lighter green. If you only have one green on your watercolor palette, you could always mix yellow. So you could paint yellow on the lettuce first and then add some green into the yellow, and that would create a nice lettuce green. And we're just going to fill those things in. So we are getting closer to having our burgers complete, and I just wanted to kind of show you how and where we are painting some of these colors as we go along. I didn't feel it was necessary to show you us painting the entire time because you may be doing something different on your burger. So check it out. This is kind of what we have decided to do, and then we'll of course just add finishing touches to bring our masterpieces to life. At the very end, I recommend just adding a little bit more dark. So I added some dark in the burger, I added some dark in the lettuce, I added a little line of dark on the tomatoes and the pickles, just to kind of give it a little bit of a shadow in different places. So at the very end, I recommend just kind of going in with another layer on certain parts of your painting, and that way you can have a little bit of change in value. So have the lights and the darks on your paper. It just brings it to the next level. So if you want to get a little fancy, add those darks in, and hopefully you have a beautiful, delicious looking masterpiece. Thanks so much for joining us today, and I hope you had fun. If you are liking these videos, please hit that like button and subscribe down below. We look forward to seeing you again for more fun art tutorials. Have a good one.